Hey, so you see the title here. This is something that I do for weight loss that just chews through the calories kind of as quickly as possible. Obviously, there's other stuff you can do that's going to be pretty effective, like cycling, running. If you can do high intensity cardio and stuff like that, it's just going to chew through the calories the same. But unfortunately, I get shin splints pretty bad right now just because of my weight and where I'm at training wise. But something I've been doing that's pretty easy and burns through it is just load up my hiking pack with some weight and go around rucking on the trails. I like to go for maybe like 25 minutes at a good steady pace, and so I'll share that with you. I just load up my hiking pack. I have an Osprey here that I picked up a while back, 35-pound dumbbell just from the home gym, and I just drop it right in there. With some of the other stuff I take with me, I'll take my recording equipment so I can shoot a little bit. Um, I like to go for maybe a good 25 minutes, take a good break, and then head back. So I'm gonna go ahead and load up this pack. Pretty simple, 35-pound dumbbell. You can see here. Just put it at the bottom of the pack here. You might want to invest in a good rucking pack or even a weighted vest if you're going to get into this. Traditional backpack you could do, but you probably not want to do super heavy. It's kind of recommended you to go at like 10 to 20% of your body weight starting off, and I think you don't really want to do much higher than 30. So just gonna drop this in there. Get my water bottle. I'm gonna get my recording stuff here. I'll show you how much this pack weighs. I like it about 40 pounds, which is maybe a little over 20%. So yeah, let's fill this up and get on our way. So here we are. I got the scale. Step one. Right around 212 here. And then I just pick up this pack. Just hold it here. Step back on. So it's like 258. So I got my pack here. It's about 45 pounds, which I think is perfect. There's a technique for putting on your pack. This would be unassisted. Obviously I have a chair here, but I'll show you how to do that without the chair. If you got a heavier pack, since it's 45 pounds, you're gonna wanna curl it, oh my God, with one arm, obviously, very easy. So put your knee out, prop it on your knee, then you can get under it, swing it over, get your hip belt out, then you come over, get your other arm strap here. Helps if you loosen them beforehand, but you can get that on. Once it's on, adjust your shirt here and loosen up your hip strap a little bit. And kind of the idea with the hiking pack is you want your weight kind of as low and forward as possible if it's heavier, and then you want to get your hip strap to where the hip belt is actually what supports most of the weight. So here you see there's actually not a lot going on my shoulders. That's just to keep the pack balanced. All the weight of the pack is floating on the hips, so that makes it quite a nice ride. That's why I'd recommend you don't go too heavy if you're going to do a traditional backpack that just sits on the shoulders, is you don't really want to overload your upper torso. You're going to have worse of an experience. So if you're thinking about getting something versatile, maybe more expensive, I would say get a hiking pack if that's something you like to do. You already have one. Something you're interested in, I would say go for a higher end one. This one's really nice. It has a kind of open, breathable mesh, so there's a lot of air that gets back there, so I don't sweat too bad. But this is a pretty high end pack, so that's very comfortable for me. Where I'm at, I can move pretty freely with that pack. So I'm happy. Let's get going. So here I am, underway here, just heading out of the apartment complex. Just a nice, slow, steady pace, and keep it up for about 25 minutes, and I'll give you a report when I take a break here. Just for the meme, I'm gonna see if I can rip a 45-pound weighted chin up. Definitely not gonna happen, but we can try. Maybe next time. Basically just walked half an hour up the trail, past my apartment, came up the metro here at the Tyson's Mall. So it's about half an hour walk. I'm gonna keep the Whoop fitness band going on the recording because you still burn calories as your heart rate's up as you're out here. But I did pause the Strava just to get a more accurate thing because it kind of counts me just standing here talking as actually hiking, which it isn't. So I do record on Strava. I record on Whoop, so I get kind of the hiking path, the distance, the time, good measurement of that on Strava. And then what Whoop does really good is gives you the heart rate zones, the overall strain that you did for the workout, and pretty accurate count of the calories. Obviously, one of the better things to do nowadays is just ask ChatGPT, like, hey, I weigh this much, I have a 45-pound pack, I walked this long, I went this far. And that'll give you a pretty good estimate of how many calories you're burning. But basically, just walk for half an hour, 25 minutes, find a good spot, and just chill out, kind of give yourself some time to recuperate, take 10, and enjoy the view. One of the things I like to do, I brought my art supplies, so if I'm feeling like it here in a little bit, I might shoot a little art video, draw this cityscape. We got Cap One buildings behind us, and the beautiful metro here in Tyson's Corner, Virginia. So yeah, I might be doing that. I just want to give you an update. So maybe I'll talk a little bit about recovery from hiking. If you watch my active recovery video, you should do active recovery. You can see how I kind of lay out the mental and physical recovery, and then the mental and physical aspects of recovery. So believe it or not, this pretty intense exercise for the amount of calories burned, at least, is actually really good mental recovery. I just got out of work programming all day, and I like to come out here and just like get present to the moment, get out in some sunlight, get some natural light, get a good walk in. It's not super high cardio, so you're not raising your cortisol. You're actually bringing that cortisol down, bringing your mental stress down. So that's a good thing. But one of the things that I'll do after this is I'll do some dynamic stretches. I'll do some foam rolling, and I'm probably going to do a hot cold cycle in the shower to really get that heat shock and cold shock proteins. So that's kind of what I do for recovery. And yeah, I'm just going to end it here. Had a nice short break. Drank some water. Drew a picture. Now I'm back on the move. See you in another half hour. So I made it back, and that was roughly an hour of rucking, plus a little bit extra. Took maybe a 15-minute break to go draw a picture, and yeah, I feel pretty good. It was a little bit hot out, but just bring your water with you. Drink plenty of water while you're going, and take a good break kind of halfway through, and then turn around. And that's great. I would say in terms of perceived exertion, not nearly as taxing as going in and hitting a bunch of sets at the gym, a bunch of heavy sets. I mean, could definitely tell just keeping the heart rate zones lower into that kind of 1 and 2 zone really helps lower cortisol. So yeah, no, mentally I feel pretty refreshed actually after work, and yeah, that was nice. But one of the things I'm going to do while I'm still warm is get into that kind of active recovery. So I'm going to do some dynamic stretches just for the quads and hamstrings. One of my favorite one to do is just do some kicks and some back kicks. So yeah, so that's about all I do in terms of dynamic stretching. I do some static stretches for the glute here. I have a favorite one. Just go down, bring your leg front, and wrap your ankle on the other side of your knee, and then just kind of go down here and go do the other side. And after the stretches, I like to hit a roller, so go ahead and do that. Nice. And that's that. And I'll actually hit probably a pretty good recovery, like high yellow, maybe even low green. I've been in the kind of the yellows all week because I've been sick, but should bounce back actually. I'm gonna go ahead and hit a shower. I'm gonna do some hot cycles, 2 or 3 minutes, kind of hot as I can tolerate, and do like a minute and a half of as cold as I can tolerate, which in the summer here is not that cold of water. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that and post some of my statistics for calories burned, how far I went, how long of a hike it was, and my recovery for tomorrow morning. Hopefully you all enjoyed. Hopefully you find it interesting. I think in terms of exertion, mentally, it puts me in a good place, and I don't feel like it adds any stress to my life, stress to my routine, or anything like that. It's actually mentally, it's very good for me. Physically, I'm gonna take probably like 2 or 3 days. I notice it kind of in the glutes, the side of my hips, muscular. So I'm gonna probably take like 2 or 3 days before I hit this again. But yeah, that was really good. So something I look forward to doing, something that shreds a lot of calories. So I'm gonna keep doing it. Thank you.